your host tonight for the AI app in 1 hour. It should be a fun evening. We have some things that are familiar. As I mentioned, been doing this for quite a number of years. AI technology has come a long way. This particular session, we're going to do two things primarily. We'll introduce any newcomers to the basics of understanding what AI is, and we'll also have some fun building an app in an hour. So let's get going. My simple promise to you is that I'll teach you frameworks and processes that I use in my everyday world when it comes to growing business for customers. I'll be focused on those aspects today, and I'll give you frameworks and things you can utilize in your own business or if you're building out AI tools for your customers. So, a couple of questions that everybody should understand. What is AI? Depending on when you joined the latest iteration of AI tools, you may be surprised to learn that AI has been around in one form or another for many years. Started off as machine learning, where AI tools were given instruction sets to create reports and build processes in an automated way. Then came supervised machine learning, where humans got more involved, built out even more complex neural network models and kind of guided the intelligence that we're talking about here as far as these large language models. And then, of course, the age we're in now is the age of generative AI and agentic AI. So we'll talk in more detail about those two forms of AI. The key thing is no matter what form of AI you're using, can you communicate effectively with that particular tool or platform that you're using? And so we're going to talk about some basic concepts of how to effectively communicate with AI. We're going to help you with real world examples. So if we look at generative AI, of course, the OG is ChatGPT. That's what really popularized this concept. And generative pre-trained transformer is right in the name, GPT. All the other ones are similar in the sense that they're able to take a text prompt from you, or these days a voice prompt, and turn it into some sort of input-output conversation. Some are more specialized than others. When we talk about specialized AI, you're taking something that goes from a text prompt to an image, for example, Midjourney, Leonardo, Ideogram. Those are three very popular. HeyGen is great at turning it into text to AI video. Suno takes it into AI music. And of course, with AI video these days, you have the latest models from Google. It's doing some really amazing things. That large language model is really good at creating video content, taking your text instructions or voice instructions and turning it into images and videos. So then you have personalized AI, which is something like the BuildBiz.ai platform, and I'll show you around that a little bit later today. This is where you can build as a user your own custom AI GPTs built on a variety of large language models. And then we have AI agents where you give the AI a task and it performs that task, such as the appserver.ai, where you can essentially build apps from a prompt. And so from there, when you build that app can then do just about anything that you can come up in your imagination. So this age of GPTs and agentic AI, the key difference between an agent and a bot is that a bot is essentially input output. You give it some input, it gives you back something amazing a lot of times, but it's kind of a dialogue going back and forth. You give it instruction, it gives you back something, you give it another instruction, and it grows from there. The difference is an agent takes it the next step further. It's autonomous. You give it a task, it'll keep going until it performs that task. If it hits a roadblock, it'll try to correct its own mistakes and fix itself, and then it'll keep going. It's capable of connecting to multiple systems, has a much broader range of what it can do. So you give it that task, it may have 10 steps that it has to do to get to the finish line, but it'll do it on its own, generally speaking. If it does get stuck, it'll ask for more directions, where bots are just generally, hey, do this for me, and it gives you something back. So that's kind of how it works. A bot and an agent are both built on large language models. It's just that agents can perform automated tasks, and that's the key thing, getting something done for you. All right, so I'll show you as we go ahead, and next step is we're going to get into some more learning on how to use AI. I'll introduce you to one of our agents because this is what we're going to use to build the app in the first hour. Let me jump over here and bring this tool in. All right, there we go. The first tool we're going to play with tonight is the app server. I'll put that link in the chat for you. It's free to sign up. You get 3 messages free. After that, you would have to pay. I'll show you how to be cost effective with your messages so that you can get a little bit more out of it, even on the free version. But ultimately, if the app that you're starting to build is productive for you, then you're going to want to go further, right? So it's really simple. This app server tool is a white label of a very famous tool. Famous.ai is very popular. You've seen the ads for it. This is a white label of that tool. And the reason why it's a white label, and I'll show you all of that in just a second, is that you can customize it to your own branding, your own look and feel. That's what a white label means. And so you can build all of that out. Everything that's here is either built in appserver.ai or buildbiz.ai, which I'll show you in just a minute. For example, all of the text and the sales copy here, the video was created in buildbiz.ai. Show you how that works.
Imagine creating powerful AI-driven apps without writing a single line of code. Build and launch your first AI app in under an hour. Build it fast. No code, no drama. Turn your vision into reality effortlessly. Craft and launch your dream app before your coffee cools. No developers, no endless meetings, no excuses. AppServer.ai is
So again, all of this built in that platform overview. It's basically what we call vibe coding. You can build web applications, mobile applications, crypto projects. I personally have not built any crypto projects. It's just not my cup of tea. You can also work with the platform. It's essentially what we call a AI CTO, Chief Technology Officer. It's like handing it a description of what you need and telling your developers to go build. So that's kind of how it works. So vibe coding, super simple. Describe your idea, pick a template if you're building a landing page and things like that, which we'll do in just a minute. And so you can see all the different things. I'll leave this up here for you. That's the link. Once you say, I want to get started, it's going to take you to the actual app itself, this app server app, where you can basically put in a sentence. For example, here, we can just grab one of these sentences from the bottom. It's interesting when you tell it, hey, I want to create a platform for nonprofits to list volunteer opportunities and manage sign up. So these are example prompts at the bottom here. You can pick any one you want to build, or you can type your own. You can add images. For example, if you have a particular color scheme in mind, you could load up your logo and say, hey, put this logo on the top of my landing page or app and use that color scheme to influence the build, and it'll use that. So it's really simple and effective. The reason why this is called a white label is I can add things to it. So for example, if I log in at one of my sample customers here, I can actually have these apps on the bottom. These are projects that I have built, and you can get these and run with them. So you can view them, you can clone them, and so from there, you're now building your own version of that app that was in there. So I'm going to continue to add new ones as I build out new apps and websites in this product. Okay. And if you want to know what the pricing and as far as billing goes, just click on the billing here. If you want to know about the pricing policies of how you get charged, click on this link. So definitely do that as you start deciding which plan you want to go with. Okay. All right, let's go back here. Let's kick off one of our new projects. Let's go back and just kick off this one. It doesn't really matter. We're just going to pick a little example of letting it build. And so if you click on anything there, it'll tell you, hey, look, you have to pay for the next tab up. All right. So this is the free version. Yeah, 2 messages, 5 messages total for the month. So you can build the second day, third day, up to 5. And then here's the Spark. And so you can kind of get going there. All right. $47. Super simple. I will also let it start building. Let me get a new tab here. There we go. This is one we started playing with earlier today. And the reason I bring it up is this Adane, you got to tell me if I get it right. Ciacion? They were on earlier today, lunchtime. Yes, I got it right. They were on earlier today, and we were building out an app from scratch. And we built this out for during the last 10 minutes of our training session at noon. It was just really a quick rebrand effort. So I'm actually going to do a very similar exercise again today, but tonight. And I see some more people jumping on. Hey, welcome, welcome. We're going to continue on, and I'll actually build that AI video I promised to do during lunchtime. I didn't forget, so I was glad you jumped on today. So we saw the initial platform, and I'm going to keep going here. Let's go back and let's do some app training on how to speak to AI. As part of that exercise, we'll finish off. One of the key concepts that we have at 1000X AI, where I'm a trainer, is this idea of a super self. Essentially, it's when you combine yourself, your knowledge, your education with our playbook, our formulas and methodologies, with any AI tool. You can pick your own. I get questions all the time, what's the best AI? No such thing. It's truly subjective. You pick the one that works the way your brain works and makes you better. It could be any AI platform that you like. It doesn't matter if it's Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, Microsoft's Copilot. It could be any of them. You put those things together, you become your AI super self. That makes you irreplaceable, whether you're working for someone in an organization or I remember when I was at Microsoft, my nickname was Danny Digital because I love technology that actually is helpful, that helps you build things that makes you better than you are. So that's the idea. To become irreplaceable if it's your own company. Listen, you want to maximize your time and effort. As we know, as entrepreneurs, you put in either resources such as money or time. So those are your two things. You have to balance out that mix. And so AI just makes you much more competitive and doesn't matter what industry you're in. So let's talk a little bit about the create method. It's really simple. It is power prompts. People are calling it, there's just all the different ways to kind of look at it. But the idea is to become much more efficient, get the best outputs of what you want. We actually created this. Terrence, who's the head of 1000XAI, created this early 2023, I want to say, end of 2022. And we're still using it because it's simple, straightforward, gets the job done every time. So the first C, the only C stands for context. This is where you invite authority to the conversation. If you're prompting something in, say, ChatGPT or any other GPT, you want to set the boundaries. You want to set who you want the AI to be in the conversation. You can say you are a Amazon award-winning author. You can say you are a endocrinologist style of doctor. You can say you're a commercial lawyer. You can say you're a 30-year vet in sales and marketing like myself. You can say you are a diabetic nutritionist. You can also invite famous people to the conversation. You can say you are Warren Buffett and I want you to help me with my stock market strategies. You are Steve Jobs, and I want you to help me with a technological product that I'm about to release. The context is really important. You must clearly define the result you're looking for because you want to guide the AI, be very specific. I want you to help me create 5 emails that I'm going to use to market my new product launch. I want you to help me create 5 headlines I'm going to use for Facebook or Meta advertising. I want you to give me an outline for a speech that I'm giving for my PhD thesis. Help me with a Georgia contract between myself, this entity, and so on and so forth, or review a contract that I just received. You definitely want to involve a lawyer at that final stage, but you can have it at least give you the red lines that you should look out for, right? You want to get into the explanation where you're guiding it. So you say, I want a detailed version. I want you to compare and contrast. I want you to critique what I've just written. Tell me, what am I missing, right? Think out of the box. I want you to analyze. It's great for analyzing something that you're putting together. I want you to take compare and contrast. So it's never ending how you can utilize the combinations of these simple directives. You then need to be very granular and focused on the audience you're targeting. So whether it's entrepreneurs like many of us on the call here, is it targeting women, targeting men? Is it targeting teenagers, children? I want to help with writing a children's book. All right. So this is a business plan for investors. You can tell it the audience and it will help frame up that content to the right audience. Related to that is the tone. If it's sales content, I use the word persuasive all the time. And then I give it examples of famous people in that space. If you hang out at our training, you're going to hear names like Dan Kennedy, Greg Halpert. You're going to hear all these famous marketing experts. The AI knows their style and it will bring that style into the conversation. You want it to be serious, informative. You want it to be entertaining. You want it to be friendly, inspirational. Like you write a book, trying to get people to read your book, and people who do read your book, you want them to get something out of it. Humorous. I don't think it's particularly funny, but you can say, I want it in the style of Kevin Hart. So it knows Kevin Hart's comedy style. And then the very last thing you want to do is whatever it gives you, that first version, just say, okay, that's good. Now you are going to expand on what you just had. You want to iterate, you want to ideate, you want to modify, make it longer, make it shorter, rewrite it, summarize it, simplify it. Sometimes you just have to tell the AI, listen, and no, make it simpler. I write content, I ask the AI to write content a lot of time at the level of a fifth grader. The reason why is it's open to everybody to understand. When you put something on your website, you want everybody to be able to understand it. So by making it simple, that's oftentimes the very best. Now, if you're writing a technical white paper or something, of course, you would write it at the level of your target audience. Again, going back to the A in the audience. So the idea is take that first version. Please review whatever the AI gives you. AI has a technical term called a hallucination when it's trying to help you and it's doing its best to help you, but it doesn't actually know the answer. It'll make things up. So you have to review whatever it gives you. Just don't take it and throw it on your website. Make sure you review it. As the human in the AI superself is, guiding the ship. So the AI is very fast. There was a time when we were programming with ones and zeros, and it's magical how fast computers are, even 30 years ago. But the simple fact of the matter is they may not actually understand completely what you're trying to accomplish. So it's your job to guide it along the way. That's where the magic comes in. It makes it seem like it has its own intelligence, but not quite yet. We're going that way. Don't give me another year or 2 years, and then we'll be able to say that it has achieved intelligence. If you hang out with the famous AI team, which I'm part of, the newest joke is AI is dead. Synthetic intelligence is the next thing, as Dr. Alex likes to talk about. Synthetic intelligence is just this concept as AI gets smarter and smarter, it begins to take on all the characteristics of the human brain, which is by far still the best computer. What it's lacking is a good memory system. AI is much better, faster, it has almost infinite amount of memory. It has learned the entire internet, but it is still not as creative as we are in a lot of ways. It seems like it's creating things, but it's not quite yet. So give it another year or two. But it is definitely smarter than most humans when it comes to speed and processing. It's just amazing what it's doing. For example, what's that old quote? Technology advanced enough is indistinguishable from magic. Well, it kind of gets like that for us here. That's why Apple uses that word all of the time. We're having this magical release. And by the way, I love Apple stuff, so not picking on them. All right, author. So if I was creating a prompt to help with reviewing my outline of a book, I would say you are an Amazon world-class award-winning author. I want you to help me write an outline for a book summarizing all of the benefits of doing business or using the AI in BuildBiz.ai. You're targeting business owners. I want you to make it inspirational and get a quote something like this. You are a New York Times bestselling author. That's the context. Write a chapter by chapter outline for a book. Very specific result we're looking for. Summarizing, explaining how we want it. 5 steps business owners can take to learn AI using BuildBiz.ai so they can increase sales and grow revenue in record time. Write this in an inspirational tone. That's a good prompt. And if we take that prompt and drop it into any AI tool, you'll have some fun. Let's go do some prompting. I'm going to change up the prompt because I started a good exercise earlier today. As a matter of fact, I started it last Wednesday on my AI Express call. I like the example because I find it to be extremely effective for all of the students out there, whether you're using it for yourself or you're using it for business. It creates a really good prompt. We can continue with what we were building earlier today. Now, do you have a website, a URL, or a domain name? Have we taken a look at your business? I don't remember if you have one or not. If you do have one, go ahead and drop it in the chat, and I'm happy to do it. I know we've done yours, Lynette, but maybe we haven't done. I'm looking at some of the names here that I recognize. We did yours earlier today. So if anybody wants to drop their domain name in the chat, we can run this exercise on there. You are a digital marketing expert specializing in website analysis, SEO, which is old school these days, search engine optimization, so Google primarily, right? And any other search engine, traditional search engine, and AEO, which is the new flavor, which is, again, lots of different definitions, but AI engine optimization, it just means you want your business to be found by ChatGPT and other voice-enabled and text-enabled search and AI entities and GPTs. For the purposes of improving engagement and conversions, review this URL. This is the one I started this whole process with, and we've gotten really good results with it. Please, go ahead, somebody drop your URL in the chat. I don't mind if we've done you before. I don't think we've done this prompt for anybody other than Donna. Lynette, if you want to drop yours in the chat, or Dell, feel free to go ahead and drop it in the chat. Give me a comprehensive review and suggest improvements. Ultimately, I will want to provide a proposal from Digital Express AI, that's my company, and to improve functionality. So that's a very simple prompt, actually, but it really does work really well with ChatGPT 5. And the reason why is ChatGPT 5 will apply the right amount of deep research automatically. Hey, thanks, Waddell. I'll copy that in here and let's go ahead to your website. I just can't remember if we did yours, but I don't think we did this prompt. Oh, yes, I recognize your website, but we didn't do this exercise, which is an exercise you should do yourself. And this is why I said, even if you've got a complete website and it's working for you, you want to run this all the time. Look at it from your perspective. Essentially, you would drop this in here and replace that. If it is for yourself, instead of providing a proposal from Digital Express, you would say, I want you to review it so I know what improvements to make to my own website. This is a really good, simple prompt. It's not complicated, but you can see where we can build from it. So that's the prompt itself. Pardon the grammar. I don't feel like fixing that right now. The AI is very forgiving. It doesn't really care. It's going to go ahead and run this quick scan on it. While it's doing that, it will take just a minute. I've run this enough times now that the GPT knows the memory of what I want it to do. By the way, you can run that same prompt in BuildBiz AI and use the AI within the platform. BuildBiz.ai, for those who are unfamiliar, is a no-code development platform. I'll put the link in the chat. It essentially is a 7-day free trial. No harm, no foul. If you don't want it, just cancel anytime. And you can cancel anytime if you do sign up for a subscription. It's basically for entrepreneurs. You get 11 workbooks immediately, so you can download those and get started. It also has descriptions of some of the AI apps that are built in, and you can sign up right here. When you get into the app itself, you can see there's a big old start here button. Lynette has informed me I need to update update the tutorial video because the I changed the navigation methodology. So I have to update that. And this is our AI app replay in 1 hour. And here is information on the superself and the create method, example of an ad that I did for a cleaning company. And then here are some of the ways that you can use the different apps. So those videos are there. Also, the next one I'll click on is the AI Lunch and Learn. Two of you, the names that I've been speaking, saw you earlier today. Thanks for jumping on the 7 o'clock. And then Thursday, which I have updated, is now 12 noon Eastern on Thursdays. We do another AI Lunch and Learn, but this one is called AI Workstation. I work with one of my partners, Joel. He's my co-host on that one. It's focused on building your own AI business and getting customers and things like that. You can see the previous recordings. If you're missing a specific recording, just ask me and I'll load it up for you. All right. So next thing I would recommend if you're new to the platform is run the Big Dream Generator. It helps you to get what we call a business brief, and you can put that business brief into all kinds of other tools within the platform. We have 60 plus AI apps. If you want to learn how to manipulate it, it's kind of like your phone. You can put the apps wherever you want them to be. You can delete them. If you delete them, you can get them back by just going to the App Store and putting them back. If you have favorites, you can drag them up to the top and put 5 up there so they're easy to find. If you want to know what the apps do, here's a description of the apps themselves. And when you click on them, sometimes you'll see a description, sometimes there'll be a video in here. So it just depends on the app. Some of them go a little bit further and kind of explain through a video what they are. So it's just different ways to kind of get around in here and understand what the apps do. That's the quick overview of how to move around the platform. Let's go back up here and keep building out. So we have the app running, not this one here. Okay, I see where we are. Good, we're making good time. All right, so let's go back to our chat. We've gotten some idea of what's working, clear value position, emphasis on unique framework. It's got some case studies, improvement opportunities. The landing experience feels text heavy without a hierarchy. Visuals lacks visualizations. Page lacks clarity on services and differentiators. So now you take this and mix this together with what you want to do next to make it better. It tells you about the user experience and where it thinks that you can tweak it a little bit, right? And then it gives you SEO and optimization areas to improve. You need more H2s and H3s. Don't worry about that if you don't know what it is. I'm going to show you in a second. If you don't know what it is, let the AI go ahead and take care of it for you. It tells you what's missing. It tells you the technical and performance, what it's doing, mobile first design, responsiveness, things like that. It's giving you really good guidelines. You used to have to pay thousands of dollars for this kind of analysis that you can get done in a couple of minutes, right? So I can have it create for me a proposal, a deck on how Digital Express is going to help improve your business. And so this is really fantastic stuff. But let's say I'm going to use this instead for my own improvement and my own analysis. I'll talk to it. And if you're wondering, this tool I use here is called Voice In. It's a Chrome extension. It's a good tool here. So I'm going to actually change this up. And okay, so there's 2 ways that you could go at it. If you are the company, Digital Express, you could say to it, help me put together a proposal, help me put together a slide deck that I can present the proposed changes, help me come up with pricing, help me come up with timelines. You can do all of that as your next step. But for me, because I want to use this to build an app, I'm going to change the direction a little bit here. So I'm going to say something like, this is great. Now I want you to change the direction of what we're doing. If I was this entrepreneur, I want you to give me this same review, but in first person, where this is my website, and I want you to give me suggestions, improvements of what I can do better in my own website build. Ultimately, I want to take this and turn it into a vibe coding prompt so I can build a new landing page. So you can see I just changed it up to say, hey, here's what I can improve and so on and so forth, right? Now I want you to give me a vibe coding prompt I can use in appserver.ai to create a SaaS-based landing page with all of the improvements above. I want you to make it a persuasive and convincing website in the style of Gillian Perkins, period. Give me a comprehensive prompt with structure, workflow, and all of the required content I need for my website page to impress visitors and have high conversion rates. So, real simple prompt is leading us to where we want to go. And so I'm going to fix some typos in here. AI is one word. I'm going to have to sue my congressman. And it's the same thing with SAS. Well, I guess you can go either way with either abbreviation, but I like the two A's and give me a persuasive, convincing. Gillian Perkins is just a YouTuber that I like the writing style that the AI gives me when I use that. Give me a comprehensive prompt. Actually, I'm going to combine it in the blended style of Gillian Perkins and Dan Kennedy. Dan Kennedy is extremely aggressive, so I don't like to put the whole website in his format. Give me a comprehensive prompt structure, and impress visitors, high conversion rate. Okay, good. Oh, that's funny. Vibe coding. There we go, vibe coding. All right, cool. So now we have a little bit here. We can get a little bit better prompt. You can fix up your grammar if it's bothering your OCD nature. All right, so this is going to run and write that prompt for me. While it's doing that, I'll play around a little bit. We have this URL here, copy. We help healthcare AI companies. I remember this. Instead of copying random URL, we can have it build a script based on actual content. I think we did this already. You can go into AI Sales Coach, give it the content that you want to use, or do it in ChatGPT, of course. The reason why I'm doing it in here is because this AI has been trained on me. So I have a lot of tools in here that I utilize that are my tools, and I like to utilize them from time to time. Let's see what we got going on. Oh, I see that it's taking a minute to come back. Let's keep going here. I want to get this done. There we go. So this is actually done. Let's keep going here. Here's a drop-in vibe code. No, I don't want it like that. Nope, nope, nope. Give me a text prompt. What you're doing here is you can have it give you something like that. What what's interesting about when you're doing vibe coding, I kind of want to show you that in some ways it's better to do it in text because that's really what the AI is used to. And it's fine for it to also give you some of these other pieces. This is actually a nice coding piece. You can drop it into so you can tell it build a fast mobile site. It's actually got a lot of English in this prompt. It picks out some color schemes for us. That's one thing I did not tell it. Instead of giving you a very nice prompt here, I actually like this prompt. Maybe we'll test it and see what it does. Let's go ahead and grab it. It could be interesting. I don't usually like giving it code. Let's go ahead and give it a text prompt. And the reason for that is it's times when I give it code and it does a good job, and then times where it's like, that's my job. So you can go both ways, and we can actually test both of them. That's a good experiment. Let's do that. Let's test both of them. Give me a second. Let me bring up another window, but let's go ahead and grab it here. Give me one quick second. There we go. We'll bring up one window here. I'll log in into the top of my stack instead of being down on my white label. I'm going to actually run this here because I have many more credits and dollars. All right, build a fast, da, 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 da. So this is a text version, all right, telling it. I should have been more specific on let's see if I can get that here. By the way, you don't have let's grab this here. So colors. It's actually got a deep navy here and it's got the teal color, but instead of teal, we'll tell it use the attached logo for color branding and inspiration for the website. Right? We'll tell it to build that out, and that should be better. Okay, cool. So I like that. Let's see what we get. Control C, and we'll run another version of this. Boom, that's on its way. So while that is going, we'll crank up another one. All right, and we'll drop in the coding. Let's do an experiment. I'm very curious. So we'll copy the code. And what is interesting is when you're building with App Server, be aware that as you code, you will get different versions of the same build very quickly. So sometimes you can give it the same prompt and it'll build completely different versions of landing pages and apps. It's an AI that's taking your instruction set and it's telling you what it's doing. I'll build a conversion focused SaaS landing page or a sales funnel, as it used to be called. It'll tell you what it's building as far as the hierarchy, the design, telling you about the core functionality, and kind of laying out everything that it's doing. So it's telling you it's generating images, it's doing all of those things. All right, so while it's doing that, I will share some contact information in the chat with you. We've got 10 minutes, a little bit more than 10 minutes. But so let me share some contact info for those of you who do not have it. There we go. I'll drop those in the chat. For those who just joined, I'll repeat one or two, and then the other ones will be new for you. There's my calendar link, my email address. It did not generate the last one here. Let's get this one. For those who came a little later, this is appserver.ai. So that's the one there, and I need to figure out why that link didn't bring it over. I'm just working here behind the scenes. All right. Yep, that link is correct. That's interesting. All righty. So let's see, where are we? What have we built so far? Perfect. While it's doing that, I'll go back here. We are wanting to make a new chat. Oh, I do know what I wanted to do. I wanted to finish this edit of what we were working on. So technology is wonderful. Sometimes it does remember things that I wanted it to remember. So let's go into the advanced settings. Let's make sure we've got Sarah, we've got ambient. Perfect. This is one of the things I wanted to change, make this landscape. So we're going to work on Adone's script here. Okay, that will work. All right, so now we've got NAC, mainstream group. This is actually not a bad, this is going back to where we were before I canceled earlier today. All right, most businesses don't fail. They like talent. Okay, that's fine. You really don't need to keep mentioning your name over and over again. Remember, one time it read it correctly, the other time it did not. So we believe our business, so that's fine. And then we can have a visual with your logo. So that's what I would do. I would add your logo to this last page. I would have a homepage hero section shot, which is what we just did there. And then I would have a QR code so they can reach out to you. Or I would say something like click the link below. And then in the video, when you put it up on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, you'd have a form there and you would go have them click the forum link to reach out and contact you. That's how you capture their information, not by sending them to this long string of website. Okay. So I would build that into definitely if I'm putting it up on YouTube, I'd have all my contact information, QR code, everything in the YouTube final thing. This is not horrible. And we can finish this off. Just click regenerate. I was trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to add. It's good enough. Again, just a demo example. So this is something that we started earlier. So I'll finish that off. I'm not going to touch it. Let that run. We're almost there. It's telling you all the stuff it did. Fixed navigation header. So it ran into something it was working on. It ran into an error. I don't see it here, but sometimes it fix its own errors. You don't even have to get involved. All right. And so this is what it came up with. We joke about this all the time. If AI makes an image, it is 80% of the time a white guy with a beard. It's just the nature of AI. So if you have a different target audience or you want to have variety on your website or the images that you're generating, you're going to want to tell it what you like and what you don't like. It's giving you good sales content here, right? Common pain points are results, services that drive businesses, fractional CTO. It's talking about all of the different main areas. Some of this is pretty generic compared to your current website. A lot of why the text is generic and heavy is because of the industry you're in, but also it's trying to improve the SEO. All right. So a lot of this is about SEO, search engine optimization. A lot of it is about that conversion rate that I want, instead of being persuasive and focused on conversion rate, I wanted to focus on creativity and whimsical nature. You can tell it based in your prompt what you want it to tackle. Okay. So this is just an example in comparison to what you were building here. I don't particularly like it more or less, but it has cleaned up some of the visual elements. And so that's what it's trying to do, right? So it still has a pretty text heavy emphasis, but what it has built quickly is I like this image here. It's a good image because again, you want to identify with your target audience, right? Like this section here, I really like. You want this level of detail, but some of the things at the top could benefit from a little bit more separation in the design. This section in particular, I'm pretty sure is what the AI was picking up on. First of all, the text is a little small, and I'm not zoomed in or anything. The text is a little small and text heavy is kind of what it was talking about. So that's one visually I would probably play a little bit with. It gave you this assessment link that you have here. By the way, quizzes, assessments, fantastic tools to get email addresses. I recommend it. You have a nice call to action where you can get a free ebook. Almost all of the elements on your website are great, by the way. So don't take anything I say in a negative manner. It's a great term. That is very popular when it comes to building out that. Your visual here is really good. So what you would probably want to have is clickable function on here that would zoom it out so people could see it better. Remember, 90% of people are going to be viewing this on a website. So you got to be careful with small text. When you shrink it down even more on a phone, a lot of times that level of detail is just not going to come through. So if you look at it, when you shrink it down, it's very small. I would fix some of that. I would probably make this a video, even if it's kind of like a slide video. You can create that in BuildBiz in a couple of minutes, where you take this and break it down into sections where you can zoom into it and explain what it is. So an explainer video, you might have one on your page somewhere. I didn't obviously pay attention to your whole page, but explainer videos are way much better. A picture is worth 1,000 words. A video is worth 1,000,000. So I would have a nice little explainer video, and you can put that together in a couple of minutes with any AI tool. Okay, so that's would be my suggestions. So your call to action to download is great. Your, free assessment tool, fantastic, love it. All of your authority, right? So this is fantastic. You have your testimonials down below. I think this is really great. I love the site itself. Take anything that you get out of this as a grain of salt on your business. I'm not saying anything negative at all. I think it's great. I think your website is better than this website in a lot of ways, but you'll see here, if you replace this with a video instead of a text, fantastic. 2 minute, 3 minute explainer video, video sales letter would knock it out of the park. The headline here, turn technical chaos into scalable growth engine, is immediately understandable. And again, this is what we're talking about, right? What's your immediate message? And then here's your backup, your subheadline goes one step further and kind of clarifies your claim. So this is your what we call a Godfather offer or a atomic offer, where immediately somebody wants to do business with you because of your claim, right? It's impactful to your audience. Here, this is a description of, or I don't know what stage you are in building this out, but the challenge here is your logo is huge and it's taking up part of your hero section. Everything above the fold is what people read. In website building, this is called a hero section. And everything in this hero section should be emotional, subjective, get their attention. This first line is incredibly important for conversions. And giving away download a free ebook or take my assessment, any of those things you want to do immediately. AI, first pass, no prompting from me. Remember, people don't buy features, which is a feedback the AI was giving you. People don't buy features. So even if your business is highly technical, highly professional, people don't buy that. What they buy is the benefit and what they get out of it. Everything above your fold needs to be about what they get. What's in it for me, right? So like right here, you've got a lot of great stuff. We help AI companies align their technology strategy with their organization purpose. So that's your headline, not your logo. Your logo is important, but it shouldn't be the largest thing at the top of your page. You want to convert people into your business. Again, just my quick read through. You take it and do with it as you will. Here you go. Turn technical chaos into a scalable growth engine. Not bad. Fractional CTO, which is one of the big things that you're offering. I think this is really good. Align your product data and AI strategy with revenue. That's interesting. So you ship faster, sell easier, and scale with confidence. Very simple. Three benefits to you right away. Roadmap clarity in 30 days. I'm a CEO and I'm looking at your website. I can immediately see this is what I meant by writing at a fifth grade level. So even if you have a highly technical product, a really powerful message that you want to deliver, at the top of your page in the hero section, the explanation comes later, right? You've got caseworks, frameworks, you got all kinds of things to explain later. But I'm a CEO on my business class or first class seat, and I'm looking at your website, and I just want three quick bullets that tell me why I should keep reading, right? That's what this is right here. So this is a really good example of a high conversion hero section. 15 million plus Series A raised. That is effective right away. And then trusted by teams. I'd make all these logos bigger. If your tech isn't driving revenue is dragging you down. Another benefit, atomic offer statement. Most teams don't, da, 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 da. Problems I fix, what you get, crystal clear 90-day execution plan. So it's not that your messaging is bad, it is the way it's presented is highly dense. So now I keep going, doing my justifications, explaining why you should do business. This is a little bit better readability. Visually, it's easier to understand and comes across easier. Again, purpose, value, focus, velocity. So I like this version of the website better than the other one. And this is what I meant by you do want to, so this is fantastic right here, right? You got all these benefits stack here. You've got a simple thing that the CTO of the company can understand. Hey, I'll deliver these results in this much time. Here's your ROI. Get your free ebook, get your 5-minute assessment. This is a very well designed website page. So let me go ahead and publish this and I'll go into manage and I'll give it to you so you can play with it and share. If you went into appserver.ai and put this link in there, you can clone it very easily. Okay. Yeah, that's a really good page. I really like that result. Okay, let me get Adani her. Let me get her. Let's see what her video came out to be.
NAC Mainstream Group solves everyday business problems by making sure companies have food for events, well-managed gatherings, working technology, and clean spaces, so businesses can focus on their work without worrying about those needs. Most businesses don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because operations are messy growth stalls and digital tools just don't connect the dots. We believe your business deserves clarity, efficiency, and growth you can actually measure. For over 20 years, our team has helped organizations just like yours, across construction, janitorial, IT, logistics, catering, and event management, cut waste, modernize systems, and build the kind of strategy that actually gets executed. We don't just consult, we roll up our sleeves and deliver results. So here's your next step. Schedule a free 30-minute diagnostic call. In less than half an hour, we'll show you exactly where your bottlenecks are and how to fix them. No jargon, no fluff, just clarity, a plan, and a path forward. Book your free strategy call.
I've been doing this since 5 o'clock this morning. You would definitely not put the URL in there. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. Somebody should have said, hey, Danny, that's dumb. Don't do that. Book your free strategy and click below. Click on the QR code or scan the QR code, right? Click below. to book your free strategy call, blah, blah, blah. You could put a phone number in there, but I don't recommend it. I'll fix that right now. I'll regenerate this. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. I don't think I kept your URL. I just had it there. All right, that's okay. Everybody who stayed on, I really, really appreciate it. Just to let you guys know, I think for everybody that's on here, I shared this earlier today. We will be having some training later today. Let me get my link. I like to use mine because then I know who signed up from me. And that way I know that we're doing well. So this is the training that's coming up Thursday to be precise. And so you can see the link here. Feel free to jump on. A lot of you have already signed up. This is why I didn't share it earlier. And then here's the Stripe link. We do have a discount for you guys. I'll throw that in there as well. All righty. So click below to book your free strategy call. I like that. We'll stick with that. And so you would just drop this wherever you have a link nearby. So I'll give you this actual video in just a second. It's not perfect because it's got mixed messages. We have to clean up the messaging. Either we separate the businesses in each have its own video, or so that way the messaging is cleaner and clearer. Okay. So again, everybody who was on, I appreciate it. Waddell, thank you for sharing your URL. I meant nothing negative about your current build at all. I actually liked your website. I really wanted to contribute to helping you get higher conversions. That's the idea. When is the next 2-day virtual event? That is this Thursday. So it's coming up right around the corner, September 4th and 5th. We do this at least once a month, sometimes twice, but at least once a month. If you miss it, it is recorded. And so it's 10 to 5 Eastern. But again, if, like I said, please feel free to jump on. We've got a whole bunch of events in Texas coming up. Lynette, I believe, is coming. We're going to be doing a 2 and a 3-day session coming up the middle. That'll be live in Texas. So 2 days is virtual, and the third day is in person. So a lot of people are going to be in person with us all the way through. So that's going to be later on in the week. That's what we call a master certified. So there's a lot of things that you can do when working with us. We have a lot of styles of classes. Once you get into our ecosystem, you can learn, become your own trainer, start your own AI business. We did a session called AI Agency, not this month, last month. Well, not August, June, July. That was highly successful. People enjoyed it and got a lot of content out of that. Every session is different. Lynette is signing up to be a master certified trainer. That's why I recognize her. And she is someone that I'm hoping that I'm actually thinking of doing if you happen to be in the Atlanta area or the Texas area, we're going to take over a movie theater and have some training live in there. We're kind of testing that methodology. I believe the first test is going to be in Texas, the 11th or 12th. We'll test the movie theater concept, but we'll be doing it in Atlanta as well. All right, so everybody can get off this call. We're 10 minutes over. Let's see if this new one generated properly.
NAC Mainstream Group solves no jargon, no fluff, just clarity, a plan, and a path forward. Click below to book your free strategy call.
By the way, you sign up, you get free hosting for any website you develop in the platform. You get 5 terabytes of storage. For 20 bucks a month, the value is a no-brainer. I'll drop this into the chat. So there you go, Adane. It is definitely not perfect, but hey, it was free. So feel free to use it any way you want to. There are lots of videos about how to use all of these tools. You can get your own business phone number, email, run our logo maker if you want to play with your logo generation. It has a little starter CRM system, which is very basic, but you can get the job done for simple email blasts and things like that. And then if you want to do something a little more agentic, this is the AI sales agent, Lead Biz. It'll pop you out to my white label of that platform. Is really effective as far as having an agent create unique emails, get a high open rate. We're talking 30% instead of 6 and 4% open rates. Each email that it generates is free. What I like about the platform as well is that its methodology is really good. It's very smart. It can have conversations with people. Right now, it can do email, text, and voice agents are right around the corner. What I like about it is you don't have to pay anything to sign up. You can get started for free, and it's a purely usage-based platform. You get in there, start building, and give it a prompt. There's an AI agent to help you write the prompt for effective emailing and things like that. You give it a goal, contact these people, drive them to this event. Here's an email list, and give it your email list. You can upload the name, phone number, and email. That's really all it needs to get started, and it's all it'll take right now. And you basically take that list, boom, you're starting to send emails. All right, everyone. I hope you had a good session. This was a little chaotic, but we got where we wanted to go. We've got that video finished, and we built not one, but two landing pages in a couple of minutes. From there, we would start building out an actual app. The reason this exercise ended up with this is what's fun is now I could start building an app functionality into this landing page. It is a platform that you can build both website pages and apps on the same, create a hybrid, if you will, or you can build purely a app. So if this is a website, a web app, this is mobile app, and you build it the exact same way. You just give it a prompt and it'll start building that mobile app. The difference is a mobile app, you have to put it onto either the Apple Store or the Google Play Store, and you can't easily edit it and change it. So that's why I recommend first build a web app. First of all, it's a lot less expensive when it comes to how many prompts you use. So I would start with a well-designed web app. Then once you get that web app done, I would take screenshots of that web app and convert it into a mobile app. Just tell the AI, here's my prompt of what I want you to build. Here's a screenshot of this page. Here's a screenshot of this page, and so on and so on. So you do it step by step, and you build that mobile app of how you want it to feature and function. And it's super simple to do. Then we have all of the instructions that you need to get it up to the app stores. We're probably the only one of the vibe coders that give you everything you need, wrap it, and get it put up on the App Store. That's where it's really good. The only thing you have to do is sign up for those app stores themselves. You have to get your own account. Apple, I think, is 99 a year. Google, I think, is 25 a year. You submit it. Both of them will reject you the first time. It's sort of a security thing. They make you resubmit again, which is why I said making changes is time consuming and aggravating because they have to approve your app. Whereas if you build a web app, you don't have to go through that. You just add your domain and boom, you're up and live. Okay, everyone, we're 16 minutes after, but it was a good night, I think. We got a lot done. I'll see you Thursday if you're coming to the other training or to the Lunch and Learn at 12 noon. Other than that, I'll see you at the Certified AI App Builder training. A lot of fun tonight. Have a good one. Bye bye.